Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are all safe. We're just going to have a quick little test of using this particular platform, Zoom, to share a quick lesson on exponents. All right, so we have Shakwana. Shakwana, say hi.
Hi.
All right, Jody, say hi.
Hi.
All right, and you're all hearing me clearly, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So let me go over to share my screen. And here we have on screen our topic, index power or exponent. And are you all seeing that clearly?
Yes, sir.
All right. Shakwana, could you read for me this little section over here?
The small digit at the top of the two is the index,
Okay.
plural, in
Indices. Indices.
indices, power or in exponents, and tells how many times the base should be multiplied by itself.
All right. So here we have 2 squared. All right. So that's how we would say it. And we call this little one, we would call that the exponent. And the big one we would call the base. So it tells how many times it should be multiplied by itself. So 2 squared really should be what? 2 times 2. So we see it here once and we see it here twice.
Why?
Okay, so Jody, what is 4 to the first power? How many times are we going to see it?
Two.
No, we're not going to see it 2 times. Remember, this little one, the exponent, tells us how many times it will multiply itself. So how many times should we see it then?
One.
Good.
One, sir.
So it should be like this. So 4 to the first power really is what? Just 4.
One.
No, man, not 1. 4 to
Four,
the first
four, four.
is 4. Very good. What about 4 squared, Jody? What would that be?
Two.
No, that would be 4 times 4. So yes, it will appear 2 times. But if we were to work that out, 4 fours would give us what? So that would be 16. All right. Shakwana, what about 6 to the third power? How many times would that appear?
Three times.
So it would be 6 times 6 times 6. And if we were to work this out, what would we get?
6 times 6. Power. 6 is 42, sir.
No, 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 no. Way more than 42. Not 6 times 3, no. It's 6 times 6 times 6.
6 times 6 times 6 times 6. 216.
216. All right. Because first you're going to have to say, and let me see if I can just put this over to the side here. You'd say 6 times 6 times 6. 6 sixes would give you 36. And then we need to find out what 36 times 6 is. So let's set this out. And we say 6, 6, 36 again. Right. 6 carry 3. And we have what? 6 threes would give us what? 18. 18 and 3 would give us 21. So this would be what? 6 to the third power, or 6 cubed, would give us 216. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take this side off. All right, what about 2 to the fourth power now? Jody?
4 times, sir.
So yes, you would have the 2 appearing 4 times. Hang on a second, guys. Let me see if I can get this back. I don't know why it switch back at all. Um, okay. And, all right. So here we have now two. Jody, what you said? Two times two, like this?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. What does the exponent say?
To the fourth power.
Fourth power. All right. So like this, would that be,
No,
what would be
No,
wrong with that?
sir.
Because it needs to be the what? The same,
same
the same digit.
number.
All right. So what would this be if we had two to the fourth power? What really that works out to be in the long run?
16,
If we did all the multiplication.
16, sir.
16,
All right. Let's go. So two twos would give us four, and four times two would give us eight, and eight times two would give us 16. All right.
16.
So
Yes,
two to
sir.
the fourth power would be 16. All right. Let me clear space here, and we're gonna write. I'm gonna give you some more. All right. Okay. So 6 times 6. What would this be in exponential form? Anybody?
6 square,
Okay, so this is just really 6 squared.
Square.
So 7 times 7 times 7. What would this one be?
7 cube,
7 cubed, or 7 raised to the third power.
Power.
All right. What is 5 to the fourth power? How would that look? That would be what? 5 with a small what? 4.
4.
So this is 5 to the fourth power. All right. What about 24 squared? How would that look?
So,
This would be what? 24 times 24.
4,
Let's try it the other way around now. 9 times 9. This would be what?
9 square,
Okay, 9 squared. And what is 9 squared again? Just off the top of your head.
9.
81,
81. Very good. All right. Let me see. 30 times 30 times 30. What would this be in exponential form?
30.
30 cube,
Very good. 30 raised to the
Cube.
third power, or 30 cubed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Another one. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And this is going to be what?
4 to the fourth power,
4 to the fourth power. Good. All right. 18 cubed. How would I write that?
18 times 18,
Oh man, cubed, cubed.
18 cube.
18 times 18 times 18,
All right, so we could put it like this: 18
18
cubed,
times.
and this really means 18
18 times
times
18.
18 times 18. All right, 3 times 3 times 3. What does this mean?
3 cubed.
Okay, 3 cubed, which is 3 to the third power, raised to the third power. All right, last one. This is number 10. So this will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. What is this?
2 to the fifth power.
Okay, so this will be 2 to the
To the
fifth
fifth power.
power. All right, hold. Let me. All right. Now here we have some. This would have been an activity. It says the square of 7. How would we write the square of 7? It's number 1. The square of
7,
7. So I'd write as 7.
7,
And what do I write as the exponent?
2,
Okay, good. The square of 10. What's the base?
10,
10. And the exponent would be what?
2,
Very good. All right, number 3. The square of 9. What is the base?
9,
9. What's the exponent?
2,
Good. Number 4. The square of 1/8. So 1/8 as a fraction. And the exponent?
2,
2. Because why are we saying 2? Because we said what? What word tells us?
square.
Very good. So the square there tells us. All right. So let us look at this as we close. It says the square timetable. So, and we usually say this in class just after we say the regular timetable. We would say,
2
um,
squares, 2.
no, man, no, 2 squared 2. Let's go with it. So we said 2 squared would be 4.
4,
Let me do this the other
3
way.
squared.
Hold on, let me do it the other way around. So 2 squared is actually 2 times 2, which is what? 4.
4,
And 3 squared would be what? 3 times
3
3,
times
which
3
is
is 9.
9. And 4 squared is 4 times
4
4,
times 4
which is what?
times
16. 5 squared is what? 5 times the 5, which is what?
25.
Good. 25. And then we say 6 squared would be what? 6
6
times
times
6, which is
36.
36. 7 squared is 7 times 7, which is
49.
49. Good. 8 squared is 8 times 8, and that would be
64.
64. Let's see if we can hold one here. 9 squared.
81.
Okay, this is 9 times 9, which is 81. Um, 10 squared, 10, and this would be what?
100.
100, right?
100.
Because it's really 10 times 10, right? And 11 squared is 11 times 11, and that would be equal to what?
121.
121, good. And 12
1.
squared would be what?
144.
144. All right. So we get this. What about, and I
144.
want you to work this out for me. What is 13 squared, 14 squared, and 15 squared? So 13 squared, 14 squared, and 15 squared.
Sir, 13 squared is 169.
13 times 13 is 169.
Yes, sir. And 14.
Jody, Jody, hold on. Jody, what's 14 squared?
What do you say, sir?
I'm saying what I'm asking what is 14 squared? And we know that when we break this out, it will be 14 times 14. So what does that work out to be when I multiply 14 by 14?
196.
Okay, so this is 196. And 15 squared?
225.
Okay, 15 times 15. This is 225. All right. So let's just put one by itself here and say 13 squared is 13 by 13. So three threes would give us what? 9. And
9.
three ones would give us what? 3. Need a what?
3.
Place holder. Then I move to the
Holder.
tens. So 1 times 3 will give me 3, and 1 times 1 will give me 1. Then I'm going to add. Why am I adding? Because what? Multiplication is repeated. Repeated what?
Addition.
All right. So this is 9 and 0 will give me what? 9. 3 and 3 would give me 6.
6.
And then I
6.
have 1. So
1.
this
1.
is 169. All right. So I'm going to give you some now for homework.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to work out 16 squared, 17 squared, 18 squared, 19 squared, 20 squared, 21 squared, 22 squared, 23 squared, 24 squared, and 25 squared. So I want you to find all the squares between, the perfect squares between 16 and
25.
25. All right, so 16 all the way to 25 squared. All right,
Yes,
guys.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so that are the homework now. So to wrap up now, let us look at what we have been doing in this episode. We looked at the topic of what?
Exponents.
Exponent. What else? What else can it be called? Let's say we were reading another book. They could call it by at least two other names. Right at the beginning, before we clear the board, we know that we can also call it what? Indices. Remember?
Yes,
And they
sir.
can also call them what? Powers. So this is the same as saying 16 raised to the second power, 17 raised to the second power,
Second power.
25 raised to the second power. All right. So if we
Yes.
use other books, we may see it referred to as something different. Now, in the number, the exponent, we're going to see two numbers. One big number. What do we call this big number?
The base.
2.
Very good. No, man. Yes, man. That is the face value. Yes, 2. But this 2 is representing the base. Now,
Base.
if I had a little 4 here, this the smaller number, the raised number, this represents the what?
Exponent.
Exponent, power, or indices, right? Or, yeah, exponent, power, or indices. So the exponent here tells me what? What does it say?
How many times you should multiply the
How
base
many
number?
times the base number should be
Should
multiplied
multiply.
by itself. Now, that is important to know because I cannot just say, oh, 2 to the fourth power really mean 2 times 4. No, 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 no. This would be incorrect. It really means how many times we are going to see this base number multiplying itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
All right. So this one is correct while this is incorrect. All right, guys, that's it. Do the homework. Have it ready for me for the next meeting. Take care. See you in the next episode. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.